Bam, and we're back.
I love how you say bam at the beginning of it.
Gotta start off with the juice.
Gotta start off with something.
Like Mahomes going deep, baby.
Oh, yeah. Well,
When he
the
hit
first quarter hasn't been like that. Second quarter he comes alive, though. I think it's because everyone has tape on them. Or not even that. They just have a good game plan going into it, and for whatever reason, we're just kind of slow.
Well, it's not anything like that. Last week, McCall Hardman opened his route, ran a shit route. That's not Mahomes' fault.
No, yeah. I just mean our whole team is, our offense kind of starts off slow.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't put that on our offense.
Well, not last year, but statistically this year we're a lot slower.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but who cares when we make up 28 points in the second quarter?
Bro.
We scored. Go ahead, sorry.
Hardman had a great game.
Yeah.
Earl Thomas didn't do nothing.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to shut down all the big plays. Okay.
Yeah, he went to the bathroom and couldn't shut the door.
Yeah, every big play was over towards him, too.
Well, and Shady looked great.
Mm-hmm.
McCoy, he had a sprained ankle. Any other guy wouldn't have played.
Right.
But, you know, leaders like that step up, grind, push through it.
He still got a touchdown, right?
Two.
One
on the ground and one through the air.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Still put 2 touchdowns. But he re-injured it, right?
Well, I don't think he re-injured it. It was just all he could go, so they pulled him out because we were ahead. And like Andy Reid, man, he's got to stop letting his foot off the gas.
Yeah.
It's going to kill us.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That game wasn't as close as the score was.
Yeah, no. I mean, I watched the whole game, like not the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. And I looked back at the scoreboard, and it was like we barely won. It was not the game I watched.
Yeah, no, it was bullshit. Jackson hit 2 lucky plays.
Oh, my God, those are Hail Marys.
Ward should have at least batted that ball down.
He just looked like oh, my God, that ball's coming right at me.
He's tentative. He's got to go up there. He's got to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
When we met him at the Chiefs Fan Day, the draft party, talking to him, he seems quiet and timid.
He really did, yeah.
You know, you can't be like that on a cornerback.
You know, corner, you got to be like Jalen Ramsey, like, it's mine, I'm going to go get it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you're the same way with the ball.
You got to walk around like there's a firecracker up your ass.
That's why Dion was so good, and that's why Ramsey's so good.
Yep. If Ward comes out his shell a little bit, finds his aggression, the kid is right there all the time.
Yeah, he's always in perfect position.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to, when you're in a position like that, it's hard to tell somebody to be better.
Right, but once he grows a little bit, gets a little older, I'm sure that'll come. I mean, if you're in position all the time, then you're going to learn how to make that play. Finish it.
Yep, so anyway, he should have, that ball was his, he should have went up and took it.
Right, but also, we're making him seem like he didn't do good. He did great all game.
Yeah, he did great.
And Breeland balled out, shut down Hollywood Brown.
Breeland had a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Fuller should have been able to knock that other prayer Jackson threw up.
Matthew dropped 2 picks.
Well, yeah, but one dude, both of them, he's going to 100 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, both of them were
spectacular.
Would have been spectacular interceptions.
Yeah, it wasn't anything that was in and out of his hands.
Right, but still, if he could have gotten 2 picks that game, that would have been crazy.
Oh, yeah.
People would be like, he's still the best safety. If he got 2 picks in one game.
Frank Clark had a good game.
Yeah.
Dude, he's getting doubled, chipped, and he's still affecting the plays. It's good to see him get a sack.
And whenever you're double teaming him, you can't double team Jones.
Sure,
and Okafor has been balling.
Those are the 2 guys who are getting double teamed, are Frank Clark and Jones.
Yeah, but we got enough pass rushers. You can't double team everybody.
Well, that's why you see Okafor getting.
And Ogba.
That's why you see those guys getting sacks. But when we had Houston, Ford, and CJ, then you got one of those type of guys free.
Yeah,
so we did go from 3 badass pass rushers down to 2. But
Ogba's up there, dude.
Ogba, man's killing it. The guy's got a huge motor.
And he sacked Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
That's huge.
That play by the sideline where he got juked, put in a blender.
I think that was Okafor.
Okafor. All right. Is it Okafor?
Yeah.
When he got put in a blender, they talked about it after the game, and he's laughing about it. But you know what? He held Jackson 4 yards on that run.
Yep, because he shut him down. He couldn't force him inside. He just kept him there while his other teammates were running up to him, which is exactly what you're supposed to do when you know you don't have the athleticism and just go make the tackle.
Yep, and he didn't give up the outside, so he kept him towards the sideline, limited. Because if Jackson would cut back in, then he's got a lot of places to go.
Yep.
So, man, I think that kid's doing really good. And you know what? Who's doing good? Who's surprising me?
Danny Wilson.
Ben Neiman.
Ben Neiman's doing good too. Dude, our whole defense is balling.
Ben Neiman needs to put some weight on, but he's doing good. And I can't stand that kid.
Why don't you like him?
Any other because he's not big enough. Any other team, he's probably not playing though.
Yeah, I mean, but he's playing good. Damian Wilson's balling. I love Damian Wilson. He's been doing good.
We need a tone setter at linebacker. We don't have it.
No, we don't. I think Anthony Hitchens is our leader back there, but I don't think he's that good to be that leader. I mean, he's good, but
Hitchens is all right, but we're just missing a tone setter linebacker. And maybe Hitchens needs to be a little more, run his mouth a little more. I don't know. I don't think he made a lot of plays the other day.
I don't really remember. When I watch it, I'd rather just watching the secondary and the pass rushers.
Hitchens didn't do anything that is standing out to me, and I'm sure somebody, well, I would say somebody would comment, but don't anybody ever comment on our videos. But Hitchens didn't do anything that stood out to me that other game, and I like Hitchens.
I don't know if he really did anything. I feel like I never even see him out there, even though he's out there all the time.
Chris Jones. He's still getting. He had a sack. Did one of his sacks? Did that count or did it get called back?
I think there was like a hold or like offsides or something like that. But I remember them playing out the play and we got a sack and then they were like false start or something like that. Like, why didn't they call that before the play?
Yeah, maybe it was.
Or something like that.
Chris Jones ball. But you know what I've noticed with Chris Jones this year? He's not chasing from behind, chasing anybody down from behind. He's kind of pulling up a little bit.
He tweeted about that. Someone was like, Chris Jones giving up on plays and whatever, and he retweeted. He was like, well, I was going into the game. I was like, there's no need to. Someone told him that there's no reason to like unnecessarily hit him if he's going out of bounds. So, I guess he just thought he was going out of bounds.
Well, dude, I don't know what that is, man.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they might have been telling the player something because that's how Tyreek got hurt. Because he was going out of bounds.
Well,
and Ramsey hit him.
The play I'm thinking of, the guy was 5 yards from the sideline.
It was Lamar Jackson, yeah.
You got to go over there and you got to tackle some guys. That's the difference between Aaron Donald. You want Aaron Donald money, you better go start fucking putting in the hustle, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it kind of makes sense in his, like, if you're living that right there and how the time's working, it's going by so fast. It's like he's going to go out of bounds. He's a quarterback. He's running out of bounds anyway, and then he jukes back, of course.
What even more reason to go hustle and get on the play. And the other one I'm talking about, the guy was running down the field, wasn't running towards the line. He's running down the field. Jones half-assing it.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple times.
And I love Chris Jones, so I'm not blasting on Chris Jones. Don't but dude, come on now, you're my boy.
Yeah. It's like he only wants some sacks.
Yeah, get you some. But he's fighting through doubles. He's pushing the pocket, making tackles. He had a tackle for a loss. The sack, whether it count or not. Who else is looking good? I think Wade, Fuller, our secondary, Breland, all those guys look really good.
Yeah. I think Thornhill's looking good too. I think he's just developing.
He is. There's a couple plays. There was where Thornhill was probably guessing on the touchdown run. The guy runs right up the middle. Well, Jackson hands off and kind of rolls out like he's going to run around to the right.
Yeah.
And Thornhill, instead of filling the hole, kind of followed Jackson. And so I don't know, maybe if his size or if he missed the handoff.
Or that could have been a play call. Because I mean, if you're expecting an option like that, you'll have those front guys committed to the run with the running back, and then your secondary on the quarterback. And that's what it could have been, his initial read like that, and then he was just late.
Well, you're watching both as a safety, so it's not like
I mean, you still gotta
plug the hole. You gotta find the ball. And
right.
And how tall is he?
I don't know.
Dang, he's not very big. I think he might be like 5'9" or 5'10".
I can be wrong. That's short. 5'9", 5'10". That's like Tyreek. Tyreek's like 5'8".
6'1".
Probably something like that.
I don't know, but he didn't find the ball, and it's just completely. I mean, it looked bad.
Yeah, but he's learning. He's a rookie.
He's quick, and
Not everyone's like Mahomes coming out of his rookie year.
Yeah.
First game, touchdowns.
I don't know, but so I think Thornhill's looking good though. His sideline to sideline speed's nice.
Yeah, he's all over the ball.
But Matthew, man, on one place down the end, on one of his picks that he almost got, Matthew's coming up and he catches the tight end crossing out of his eye, and you see him completely change direction and come back and almost get that pick, man. And man, that was all instinct. There's
Mhm.
just a few guys who catch that play, drop, and make that. It was
I didn't
so
really-
nice.
I need to go back and rewatch it, but I mean, yeah, he's instinctive. That's what they've been saying about him his whole career. Is that he's just an instinctive safety that just finds the ball no matter what.
Yep, I bet you I've watched the game probably 6 times.
Really?
Yeah, I keep
I
watching.
watched the
it,
highlights a
watching
couple
it.
times, but
And then all the breakdowns. We got great. I always say it every podcast. We got great guys doing great breakdowns.
Mhm.
Even though I'm pissed off that all these guys went to the Athletic.
what's the Athletic?
The Athletic is a website where they're doing articles, they're doing podcasts, but it's $60 a year.
And is that where they're doing the breakdowns too?
Yeah.
They don't do it on YouTube no more?
Yep. Nope. They're all going to the Athletic. And now, granted, those guys are going and getting their money, but man, so now I got to pay $60 a year for free content.
Well, I mean, you have to pay like $200 to be able to go to see the breakdowns, like where it's like the film room.
All 22.
Yeah.
All 22 is badass.
And we need to get that.
That's 200.
That's what I heard last time I checked.
I gotta find out a way where I can do breakdowns and pull everything up and show it.
I'm
on
sure
the
there's
screen.
some. I'm sure you could just screen record on your laptop and then just have like talk over it and pause it and like circle shit like they do.
I gotta find out how to do that because I'd love to do breakdowns and show.
You could do it.
What's
Literally,
going
I'm sure there's a YouTube video on how to do it.
I need to do it because there's some really good guys doing it, but there's a lot more that can be going on, and a lot of little stuff that gets looked over and not broke down.
Mhm.
I'd like to do that.
Right.
That way I can add something else, but besides just bullshit and giving my take on the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But I see receivers. Sammy, dude, why does he always drop the ball sometimes or get fumbled? He always has fumbles.
I mean, we got it back, but yeah, it's. I mean, as a receiver, obviously ball control is going to be up there, but not as much as like running back or something, so they're going to fumble.
I don't know how many times he's put on the ground over the 2 years, but they always seem to bounce back to us.
Mhm. Yeah, always do.
I'm
That's
like,
why no
man,
one ever's like, oh, Sammy fumbles, because he's got a good bounce to when he drops that.
like, dude, man, protect the ball.
Just like Mahomes though, whenever he fumbles, he gets it back. Remember against the Rams, dude, when he was like running with the ball in his hand, like right next to the ground, and he just dropped it.
Yeah, and he's doing that for balance. Well, McCole Hardman was running on his touchdown run.
Well, he was gone.
Yeah, man, but when you're running that fast, how many times you
That's
see a
what
player
I've-
shoot, it just flies out of their
I've
hand.
never seen that in the NFL.
You haven't?
Uh-uh.
Oh, yeah, man, it happens.
I mean, Sean McCoy's been running like that since he was in the league.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
give him a pass because, man, that guy's just so
Dude,
instinctive.
I don't know how his fumbles aren't that big. Like, he doesn't
McCall?
No, McCoy.
McCoy?
He doesn't fumble like that.
Well,
And he
man,
carries it. You'd think he just knock it right out.
we do a good job of protecting the ball. Kelsey used to have that where he'd put the ball on the
yeah.
ground every once in a
Yeah.
while.
I think he fumbled earlier in the season, and I was like, oh, there goes Kelsey again. All pissed off. when he did it.
When those guys are trying to fight for the extra few yards and they go to use that football
Yeah.
for balance, goes after the body,
Yeah.
it becomes game.
It's either that or whenever someone's coming up in pursuit and they just come up and they don't know to tighten up.
Yeah. That's one thing I miss about Marcus Peters, him going and taking the ball from dudes.
I loved watching a running back run his way and him just like kind of scamper out of the way and just try to make him fumble.
Green Bay had one of those plays. One of their corners went up and just stuck it from that motherfucker.
Who was that one corner for, I think the Bears? He was like a boxer and he literally just punched the ball out. I think it was like recent. Was it Tillman? Is that his name?
Wasn't Tillman, but I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
You do?
Yeah, he don't. Yeah, that guy was cold. I don't think he plays anymore, does he?
That's why I don't know. I mean, I just know that he caused a lot of fumbles by just punching the ball out.
A couple
like
years ago, Chicago had a guy that was like that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
I
can't
love
remember his
seeing
name.
stuff like that,
Yeah. Came up a boxer.
dude. What do you think about Detroit?
That's going to be so easy.
They're 3-0.
That's going to be easy.
Come on now.
It's going to be easy.
There's nothing easy. I think we go in there and win the
that's
game.
easy. We just beat the Ravens like that. We shut down Lamar Jackson. I don't even know who's Detroit's quarterback.
Stafford.
He's still playing? We're winning.
Well, they have a new head coach who actually started last year and didn't do shit.
Yeah.
New England's old defensive coordinator.
And they got Slay.
But they've got some guys playing out there.
I mean, they got some guys, but they're not as good as the Ravens.
No, well, man, we made the Ravens look bad.
We made the Jacksonville we break their defense every time. Think some Lions are gonna get in our way?
Oh, dude, our offense, Mahomes just keeps getting better and better and better. He's making his adjustments quicker. He's seeing everything better.
Mhm.
He's a leader on the field. He's a leader off the field.
Yeah, that's what I've seen out of him more. Is he's become more of a leader this year. Like his pregame stuff just pumps me up so much.
Yeah, I was watching it earlier tonight.
Mhm.
I was watching I forget what it was, and some guy was commenting like, "Dude, what's the matter with his chin? Why does he keep itching his chin?"
And he's always like, "So
It's
see my
gotta
little goatee?"
It's got to be from his chin strap.
Well, Andy has a little goatee.
That he always goes, "Yeah, I mean," he starts everything. Yeah, I mean,
He's got his little quirks, but one of his quirks was throwing touchdowns, so I'm cool with it.
I wasn't that mature by any means. What is he, 23?
24. He just
turned
24.
Just
Oh,
turned 24.
I keep up with that kind of stuff.
I wasn't that mature. Or could you imagine all the pressure he's under?
Dude, oh my god, I couldn't imagine.
Kid's a natural.
Imagine just coming out of college, being like knowing your talent and being overlooked by colleges, and then all of a sudden you're a backup to a good, consistent quarterback, and then just all of a sudden you're in a league and you just threw 50 touchdowns, and now you're the MVP, and now you're expected to go win a Super Bowl.
Well, yeah.
And he's doing it.
You're on pace for 6,400 yards
and 60 touchdowns.
60 some odd touchdowns.
Oh my goodness.
They were talking on 810 earlier. You know, how many touchdowns is Mahomes going to get? And, Seth Kaiser was on there. He goes, well, if he plays for 15 years, I would expect about 400. And everybody's kind of chuckling, like, your math's sucking right now, dude. Because if he averaged 40 over 15 years, with success, I bet he averages 40. Well, 40 over 15 years is 600.
Yeah.
Dude.
And he can do that. And the record's like 550.
He's going to blow that by.
That's super high.
Stays on pace.
Yeah.
How about Aikman clapping back?
Aikman's just jealous that Aikman came in the league and he was good or whatever, but Mahomes just came in and wrecked him before it.
Dude, why? I mean,
He's just jealous.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like at him. They didn't tweet at him. They didn't mail something to his house with flowers and said, hey, guess what?
Mahomes is better than you, yeah.
Yeah, like Aikman would have had to have somebody call him, or he was Googling his name. But, dude, they're doing a comparison. It's a comparison.
And he had Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith.
Oh, dude, he had the offensive line was cold.
Yeah. That was like our offensive line early 2000s.
Yeah, but granted, dude, offenses back then were nothing like they are now.
Right.
You know, it was run the ball, and yeah, you had Emmitt Smith, and they had a stellar defense, so Troy Aikman could spin it.
Right, but what I'm saying is, since it was that different type of NFL and they're running the ball more, and you have that great of a running back, of course passing game's going to be that open.
Yeah.
When you have Michael Irvin, too.
Yeah, but I mean, still, like, dude, enjoy it. Don't. Why you got to come up and make yourself look like an ass?
Yeah, he played 1 year. He's coming back when he has 3 Super Bowl rings.
No, 33% of my Super Bowl, which means Super Bowl.
Still, you got to acknowledge when someone's playing good.
I know. That's what I hate about. You know, every once in a while, I always scroll through the comments when I'm watching one of the Chiefs videos, and there's always, you know, 1 or 2 comments going like, "Man, like I'm a Detroit fan, but Mahomes is so good."
Right.
And I always go out my way to like, hey, thanks for appreciating, you know, and give them some love back, because it took me later in life till I could recognize players in other teams, but man, those motherfuckers good.
You still barely do that. He's not a Chief. He sucks.
Not true. They'd be better if they were red.
That's what I thought too. I think, but I saw it was like Skip Bayless versus Shannon Sharp. You know how they're always going back and forth.
Oh man.
They're going back and forth about Mahomes, and of course Shannon Sharp loves him, and I think Skip always loves Mahomes until he gets in an argument, and then it's like, really, you were just talking about how good he was, but he was saying, what was he saying? He was saying something about how Tom Brady's better this year than Mahomes is this year.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, no.
Right. And he was saying that. He was like, but the only like argument he had is what Tom Brady's done in the past.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, shit.
And
we're talking right now, dude.
Brady's played against Miami and the Jets this year.
Yeah. Well, and also, whenever you've got an offense that you've been running forever,
right?
And Miami's got a new head coach. Who else you played? Jets.
Yeah.
Jets. Well, they got, was it Gase?
Jamal Adams?
No, their head coach.
Adam
Gase. guy with the big eyes. Remember, he did that press conference and looked like he'd been doing coke for 5 days and his eyes were all
I
flaccid.
don't remember that. No.
You don't remember that?
Wait, no. Didn't the dude for the Jets? Didn't he coach under Reed?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's Adam Gase.
The bald dude.
No, he's got the big bug eyes. He was the offensive coordinator for Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning got him the job up in New York. And he did a press conference, dude, where seriously, like, everybody's like, what is wrong with him? It's that bad.
I don't remember. I need to go back and look at that. That's funny.
Oh, dude, it's bad. It could be a commercial for Don't Do Coke. So, but anyway, when you got an offense that you've had forever, and you go against teams who have no idea what the fuck they're doing,
Right.
shitty coach, new system, you're gonna go in there and eat.
Yeah, of course.
And you know,
Wait, were you talking about Miami or the Jets?
I'm talking about Brady going in and killing it against both of them.
Yeah, I mean
and the
Miami,
Jets.
they're terrible. They're the new Browns.
I don't get that. You know, they've got a good coach.
So they're 58 overall in Madden right now.
Oh,
That is a kick in the nuts.
oh,
58.
God damn, man. What's his name looks over his head?
Who?
Solar Manziel.
Johnny Manziel?
Uh,
Oh, Baker
Dude,
Mayfield.
he's missing open passes. Then Freddie Kitchens, he's not helping him out at all. It's 4th and 9, and they did a draw.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, dude, imagine even Reed's playbook right now would work for them with their skill set.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Well, Reeds would work with anybody.
Yeah, that's
Reeds
true.
is so good. Our screen game, you know, there's more to a screen than just.
Yeah, it's all about
That's
misdirections. Yeah.
Well, it's also about how your linemen set it up.
Right.
You know, and Reed was a lineman and offensive line coach for years.
Mhm.
But man, Reed's playbook, everybody's taken from it. Every time I turn on ESPN, I don't turn on ESPN, NFL Network, it's Chiefs plays,
Mhm.
jet sweeps, bubbles.
Yep.
Um,
It's and especially the little shovel pass that's his play.
that little shovel. Our play call on 3rd and 9 was nice.
Against Ravens.
Well, yeah, and we've been running it
Oh,
forever.
with Darrell Williams.
Yeah, but we set it up on game 1 from our second game where we hit it to the flat. Well, this time we hit the running back. So, man, if you are coaching against the Chiefs, I mean, surely these guys got to know, okay, look, they're going to set up this play, but they're going to go another way with it. So you would think that shit was easier to predict.
Yeah. Did you watch Chiefs Rewind? That's when they were talking about it, and Mahomes. That was Mahomes' idea, that throw,
To kick it back to
to run that play then. Yeah. So they were talking about it. Mahomes and the other quarterback coaches and Reed were hanging out the night before, and they were talking about like those kinds of situations. And that was Mahomes' idea. And then when the game came, Mahomes was like, let's run the play we were talking about. And they did, and it worked.
dude, people don't know that, man. Mahomes will tweak a lot of stuff. The end of the half, will win and go for it. When there was 10 seconds
Mhm.
left, and Reed wound up calling a timeout, burning that timeout. Mahomes wanted to go for it, and that's 3 points, or a chance to get a touchdown.
Mhm.
You got time, go for it.
Where were we, like the 50?
No, because we wound up kicking a field goal.
Oh, yeah. Shoot, when you got guys can run 40 yards on the field in 4.2 seconds,
Yeah.
might as well.
Boy, but you gotta be like, look, man, you trust me. Like,
Yeah.
if they're lined up on the goal line, I'm not gonna throw it in there unless I can hit.
Right.
So Reed's just gonna open it up and give more control to Mahomes. But Mahomes does see everything really good. He recalls everything he sees. So just as we go, he's gonna get better.
Yeah. And Reed's going to put more trust in him. All the players, anytime they get like an opportunity, that a question that arises they always say that Mahomes is like a coach.
Well, yeah, like I told you before, man. When I was watching leading up to the draft, there's that video where it's before his pro day. He's warming up with a couple of receivers, and how he's talking to his receivers in that video. I'm like, man, that kid's natural.
Yeah. Yeah, he's telling them exactly what he wants, how they want it.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins calls him Coach Mahomes.
Did you see him get in our center's ass when he had that bad snap on 4th down?
Uh-uh.
Remember he had that bad snap where Mahomes had a fall on it?
Yeah. I thought Mahomes was gonna kill him.
Yeah, dude.
I forget who tweeted. I think it was. I don't remember. It was a Chiefs player, but he was like, "Why does Mahomes look mad on like 78% of his
That
throws?"
was Don Lee.
Darren Lee.
Darren Lee.
It was Darren Lee. Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, and
It's like a spectacular throw. And Mahomes like,
Mahomes' mom said he was too nice on the field, and she wished he'd played more mad.
God, I'm sure he has that kind of crazy temper, and he just like holds it back, or not temper, but just like he wants to win so bad that he's just eager and just to get in your ass.
Yeah, but he controls it.
Yeah.
Not
Except
like
for when he
Marcus
can't.
Peters, where he's taking off his fucking shoes.
Well, yeah, that's not what I mean. That's just trying to draw attention to yourself.
Uber competitive. He is getting late hits, and they ask him like, what do you think of these late hits and stuff? And he even knows how to answer everything, like downplay, But I wouldn't want Mahomes pissed off because those guys start getting late hits and shit. What does he do? Comes back and starts throwing the ball over the field.
Yep.
Like, I go, bitch.
Right, dude. What amazes me is that over the past 3 games, how we attack the field so vertically, you'd think some teams would start playing cover 4 and just back up most of the time and let them take stuff underneath, but we still find a way to get downfield.
Oh, they will, and Mahomes touched on that in one of his press conferences. They said, he was talking about the linebackers crashing, playing the run, and then he said you hit them with a couple deep, then they start playing back. Then you can go back to the run.
Yep.
And, props to him for seeing that and knowing that.
Yeah.
It normally takes quarterbacks 4 years to start settling in. This kid's doing it, and you
did a year 1.
I say in year 2. Like, sitting on the bench, watching Alex Smith, it helps you. Because you're like, damn, why did he throw that? Or why did he go here? You're not doing checkdowns. I don't care.
Right.
Him watching Alex Smith didn't teach him how to fucking check the ball down.
Yeah. If anything, that taught him how to attack downfield more.
Yeah, because all the players are sitting there going like, man, why the fuck is he going down the field hitting that shit? And Mom's like, I hit that.
Yeah.
I hit that. So.
Yeah, I'm sure Alex Smith was the best case scenario for him because if he came into the league just knowing how he is, how he just remembers everything, he just learns can constantly. Watching Alex Smith, who does everything right, but very conservatively, shows exactly what you can do to be more successful, and that's what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. Watching another man miss throws, dude, will pump you up to go out there and make the throw.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, if you look back at Alex Smith, he wasn't the type of guy to be like Patrick Mahomes, look someone off, move defense around his eyes.
No.
Nothing like that.
No. And, man, Mahomes pushed Smith to go down the
Yeah.
field. That's why Alex Smith had his best
That's why he had
year.
like 4,000 passing yards.
Yeah, because you got this kid out there slinging around practice, and everybody's going like, hold on, dude, you're the man.
Yeah.
Why ain't you doing that?
Right. Dude, I want to have like all of the practices filmed that you can just go back and watch because the players say like, you think that's crazy, you should have seen what he did in practice.
Yeah, how cool would it be?
Oh my God.
Have Veach's seat,
In a
Reed's
booth.
seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're sitting there watching everything. Stuff that we don't get to see that they don't have the opportunity to put in because, they might have some situational called.
I'm sure they don't even want to tell anybody to like, oh my God. They'll see.
Supposedly Veach sends some of his buddies and shit.
I'm sure.
Shit around
Look
the
at
league.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing Alex Smith.
Walking.
Yeah. But you know what, man? I'm not a fan of his wife.
I didn't see what happened.
Well, I forget what she said on her way out, but it was a slight towards Kansas City. It really reminded me of Joe Montana's wife. Joe Montana's wife blasted Kansas City, calls it town. Said there's no places good to eat and this and that. Fuck you, bitch. And your husband's overrated. I don't care how big of a Chiefs fan you are, man. Fucking Joe Montana's the most overrated quarterback on the planet.
Yeah.
All right, so we're still playing the West Coast offense. Well, his coach implemented that. And they're all quick passes, and he had Jerry fucking Rice. Joe Montana, man, I remember games in Kansas City where he couldn't hit water from a boat.
But he was good still.
But granted, he would come back and get us in the game. But, man, when Joe's wife said that blasted Kansas City, that's why I'm bitter now and blast Joe Montana and call him overrated.
I mean, if you think about it, whenever they're pulling Mahomes, like he just passed so-and-so on this record, they never say Joe Montana. Like, Joe Montana don't have no records that Mahomes just breaking instantly.
Well, actually, tonight somebody did compare him to, compared his stats to Montana's just because of Aikman's getting compared to. So it's like,
Uh-huh.
okay, well, we'll compare to Montana because he had, I forget what the percentages was of touchdowns, maybe. But dude, the kids were in a different era, and we throw the ball more. But man, Patrick Mahomes is just that good.
Yeah. Wait, so they have a similar like touchdown percentage?
I forget what the tweet was, and if I had known we brought it up, I would have wrote it down somewhere. I had
Oh,
cheat
okay.
sheet, but they just was brought up Montana's comparison to something because the Montana had this many games, and Mahomes only had like 10.6%, but like 80% more of whatever. So
Okay,
it's a huge difference. But I'm protective of Kansas City, so when your wife's talking shit,
yeah.
and I love Alex Smith, dude. Alex Smith is a first class dude.
He really is. I never liked him just because, I mean, I was watching the other teams go down the field so much, and we constantly check it down. And of course, we'd hit the home run sometimes, but
Well,
it just seemed like we have these vertical threats. They're open. Why aren't we just going like we are how we are now?
well, man, that last, well, the year before we traded him, that last game, I said, all right, fine, I'm done, because I stood up for Alex a lot.
Yeah.
Because man, he was fucking gritty. He was uber conservative, and that killed us. But I just think when you play for that many different offensive coordinators after he had his shoulder surgery, he didn't have the same arm he did. But I stood up for Alex Smith until that one game when he missed Tyreek that would have won
Yeah.
the game. But I hope that he's retired. Did you see him walking? He can barely walk. He's out there limping.
Is he still on the Redskins IR?
Oh yeah. Yeah, his wife's out there with black boots, these pumps. She couldn't even walk. She looked drunk.
Really?
Yeah, when she wasn't. She just couldn't walk on the field in these high heels.
I'm sure
Why would
walking
you
is
wear
different. Yeah,
that?
for real. But
She's pretty. She don't need to be like. She looked like a slut. I'm gonna get blasted for saying all
yeah,
this.
you're screwed.
Like, dude, like, are you in? I mean, how old are you? You're 30 years old. Act like a lady. You're supposed to be classy. She has to be fucking pumps and
Oh, you're gonna get blasted for
look
saying
like
that.
Las Vegas at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's why I like Mahomes' girlfriend, because he's been with her forever.
Brittany's awesome.
She is awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
I like how he has someone that's like, she's been there forever, not like he has a sudden rise to fame, like he's on top of the world, so he has all these abilities to go do whatever.
Well, me and your mom were talking about that the other night. I hope they get married and they have kids. I hope something doesn't happen. He starts going playing with all these chicks because, dude, it's like I told your mom, he has everything.
Oh, yeah.
He can walk whatever. All the doors are open.
Yeah, I've heard some comedian talk about that, about Tiger Woods. When you get on a bus full of these chicks and want it, like, of course you'd cheat on your wife.
Your mom was like, well, he had that Texas Tech. I said, no. I said, now he's got women.
Yeah.
Texas Tech's probably full of beautiful girls, but now he's going to all the cities. He's just uber huge, so he's got.
But I don't think he's that type of dude.
I don't either, man. I think
that's why he's so special.
I know.
Because, I mean, when Cam Newton came in the league, remember, we were like, he's going to throw away his career. I mean, he really hasn't. But you can tell he has some off-field distractions, especially recently.
Well, it's like Mayfield, Baker.
And Johnny Manziel.
Oh,
I mean, that's a real example of it.
Man, I don't get it, But then again, when I was growing up, I was a dipshit. If I did everything that everybody told me, I'd been Patrick Mahomes. No. You just, man, you're playing football, wrap your head around it, get into it so you can go be in the Hall of Fame and you can be talked about the rest of your life, or you can own the city you play in.
Yeah.
Manziel threw that away. And I hate to see, Baker, man, I don't know if it's the pressure getting to him or if he really is overrated, but he's missing balls. He's cockier and shit.
It's the uniform. It's just the Browns. You can't be good if you play for the Browns.
Wow, they got a lot of talent on that team.
Yeah.
Freddie Kitchens is killing them. Yeah. I kind of got off that.
But I just forgot what to say. I had to wait too long. Go ahead.
Freddie Kitchens is killing that team.
Yeah, he is.
But John Dorsey let Baker make the decision on their head coach. Okay.
Really?
All right. So let's back this up. So Hugh Jackson, that team's playing like shit.
Mhm.
All right. Hugh Jackson and Baker go at it. All right. Well, Baker's the future. Hugh Jackson shouldn't have even been
Tampering
coaching
with it.
still. Well, you didn't win a game the year before, or won
third.
one and then won nothing.
Yeah, with the Cardinals.
Yeah, he pulled a Ned Yost.
Yeah.
Tell me another baseball manager has over 800 losses and still has their job. It's only in Kansas City. I love Ned Yost. Got some
It's
Super
because he
Bowl
won
rings or some Super
Bowl
Bowl rings.
That's the only reason he's still here. World Series.
World Series rings.
He's
Ned Yost
retiring after this year.
perfect for the Kansas City, but Hugh Jackson got a little Ned Yost going on down there. All right, so they go at it. So they fire Hugh Jackson and Todd Haley. Todd Haley probably thought, I'm running this motherfucker out. They'll give me the head coach because he's another cocky son of a bitch. But they bring Freddie Kitchens up. Freddie Kitchens was a quarterback coach down there. Okay, so now he's the intern head coach for the rest of the season. They start putting some wins together. All right. Well, Baker had a really good relationship with Freddie Kitchens. So instead of going out and getting an experienced coach who knows how to handle not only
Quarterback, but the whole offense.
personalities, because the head
Yeah,
coach has to be able to do everything.
Yep.
They give it to Freddie Kitchens. Now Kitchens is shit in the bed.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, you look at Odell with how he was with coaches back with the Giants, and if the coaches still are messing with the Browns here in the next 6 to 8 weeks, I bet Odell starts doing the same stuff where he's throwing fits on the sideline,
It'll fall
throwing away the
apart.
team. Yep.
Kind of like Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I was literally just writing up a tweet. I ended up deleting it, but like the NFL is like watching a Kardashian show now with all the drama. It's like AB, and then it's like, is Jalen Ramsey gonna stay? Oh, he's going to watch his baby get born. Is he leaving the Jags?
And they don't need
really?
to focus on this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I wish they would focus on the positives, because like
Patrick Mahomes.
at the gun club, I hear it a lot. All the guys are like, fuck football, and they're all this and all that. I'm like, well, man, you gotta think. You only hear about the bad guys.
Right.
You don't hear about the Schwartzes and all the good stuff that all these players do. The Kansas City Chiefs were the first organization that put into players' contracts community service to give back.
Yeah.
You know, so the NFL is guilty for letting everybody run on the AB and not stepping in and taking care of it.
That's not the NFL. That's the media.
The media, but the NFL, like, they should just put a clamp on that. Like, you're done, son, until we can investigate this. And they let them go play that game in New England after that shit came out.
Yeah.
I can't believe they did that.
They were talking about them talking to the media about not talking about it, but they got contracts and stuff to where you can talk to. Well, actually, the media, they don't have to restrict at all about talking about the players.
Yeah, no.
So you can make anybody look bad. I mean, they do that with everybody. They did that with Ocho Cinco and the other dude who played with Ocho Cinco with the Bengals. Legend. Terrell Owens.
OTO. But, man, you piss off a couple guys in the media, and guess what?
Yeah.
It's
your career's
coming.
over. Exactly.
Chad Ochocinco, man. I was watching something on him on YouTube the other day. Oh, he was watching one of the guys' routes, and he's crying. Like, I love me some routes. Crying. But that's how Chad Ochocinco, man, that kid was cold.
Yeah.
He was really good, and I don't know, he got in some shit.
It's just because he was bouncing from team to team because of his personality, how the media pointed him out to be.
He was loud. Remember he wore that yellow Hall of Fame jacket. I like.
Yeah, that's so funny. And then whips out a Sharpie and signs the ball.
That was Teal.
Well, I'm talking. They're both like the same player.
I love that stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
in
entertaining.
Good nature.
And if you talk about that like that's fun and cool, whatever, but then the media points it like that, they're bad.
Well, man, you got some of that old school ways, like, oh man, act like you've been there before.
Put your nose down, play football, and go home and eat dinner with your wife.
That's my dad's.
Yeah. Shout out, Poppy.
Yeah, that's my dad's generation.
Yeah.
It's exciting, but you gotta keep it real.
Yeah, I mean, if this is authentic and you're seeing what's really going on, people are gonna enjoy that more, rather than the whole sport. I mean, people are always like, NFL players get paid too much, which is complete BS. If their sport's bringing in that much money, then they should make what's fair and not have the owners make all that money. I kind of got off topic.
That's a touchy
you think,
subject. But here's the deal.
Do you think Robert Kraft should have Tom Brady's money?
What do you mean?
So if the players were getting paid less, do you think that the owners would be left with the money?
No, I don't think the owners they need to be charging $60 for parking.
For the players? That's nothing for them. That's like a $6 toll.
I'm not charging the fucking players.
Then what are you talking about?
Us.
Oh. Of course
They charge $12 for a beer, $8 for fucking nachos,
Yeah.
$100 for tickets. Bring it down to where everybody can go and enjoy it. But now that everybody's got that money, it's never going to happen. It's never going to go backwards. Players in their new contract, they're going to get bigger portions, and I'm all for capitalism, man. Get it. If you can get it.
Exactly.
Those guys can't. Some of those guys are playing for 3 years or 5 years, and that money's got to last them the rest of their life.
They've been working for it their whole life, and they're not just getting paid for. I mean, they're getting paid for the time they spend in the NFL, but you gotta think about all the time they've invested before it, the trauma after it,
The abuse on their body. So I'm all good with them getting their money, man.
Exactly. I mean, they're earning it. If you're that elite of a, because I mean that's real work. I mean, you can sit down and do paperwork for 8 hours and say you were working, but when you go outside in this heat and work for 8 hours, that's different.
Yeah, and you're going out there and getting hit like that.
Yeah, and you surgery every off season, dealing with
Concussion,
money.
it's going crazy. Wanting to cut your dad's head off at his funeral.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I'm a capitalist, man. I'm good for everybody going out and getting their money, and that's never gonna change.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't understand how people think that having NFL players make less would benefit them more. Like, how would they start making more money if
Just
NFL players
jealous
didn't?
motherfuckers.
That would just make the owner
Jealous.
more rich if the players didn't make as much money.
Well, I hate how they compare it. Oh, it's slavery. No, it's called being a fucking business owner.
Yeah.
But and you can't. And as a player, you can't really knock the owner for making that much money because they're the one putting that money out.
Oh yeah.
They're the one
Yeah.
giving $35 million or a $20 million signing bonus to these players and shit.
Yep.
Motherfucker, you ain't got that.
Exactly.
So if you're putting out a few $100 million, you better be getting in a few $100 million. Now, granted, there's like $1 billion each.
Yeah.
It's
Where-
Uber.
Where do they make? Do they make all their money off ticket sales and parking, all that stuff?
Well, yeah. Well, no, actually, like parking is minute.
Well, I'm talking about like that kind of money coming in, like from the
Yeah.
stadium.
Well, it's all yeah, food, beer, tickets, then TV.
But it's only 8 games. They're only getting paid 8 games. They gotta be making some money from like
Yeah,
the
we got
NFL.
70,000
NFL,
people, and everybody's like on average spending 100
plus.
some odd dollars. Actually, more than that because you got 300 or 400. I think is what it really was.
Yeah, and for the ticket, that's like 150.
Yeah, like
So and then stuff after, yeah.
but TV commercials and shit. So
They get paid for that, or is
Yeah.
that the network that gets paid for it?
no, the network gets all the money. They pay the NFL for the rights to show that game. Then they'll sell commercials, to help pay for that. Pay their or pad their pockets to pay the NFL.
Yeah.
I think each team, was splitting got $1 billion just off sales and jerseys and all the bullshit. Like, look at all the knick-knack shit.
Yeah.
It's Uber. It's huge industry.
And since there's a salary cap, I mean, you know how much you're going to spend on players, and then the rest is just profit or going back to the stadium or whatever like that. The rest is just profit.
Yeah,
Other than playing the players and coaches, that's just profit.
yeah. They make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we've been into watching, was it barbaric sports from day one? Go back to Rome,
Oh, right.
Where-
Yeah.
lions have eaten people for money.
Yeah, it's in our blood. I mean, you look at like Olympic sports and stuff, like all of that was like useful. Like who can jump the farthest over like this creek with a pole, this pole jumping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All of it comes in.
Yeah, we're a competitive race.
Yeah, yeah.
We're still a barbaric race. You can
Very.
want peace and want this and that, but everybody wants a little grit in their life.
Yeah,
sometimes,
everybody's selfish. But I
too.
mean,
Well,
well, I mean,
good
pretty
people.
much. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to make a decision for yourself.
Well, blood's thicker than water, so you just gotta look at for your family.
Yeah.
Your family and your friends. And some people would put God in there somewhere.
Anyway,
Other than
Patrick
number
Mahomes is balling.
How long do you think we've been going? 45 minutes.
I was
tell you
really
what,
just about to say 45 minutes.
all of our podcasts have been right around that 45-minute mark.
Really?
hmm
That's good.
Well, man, I'm excited for the football game. And when did it say Wednesday?
Yes.
Maybe
Oh,
we-
I was gonna say last time Mahomes played in a dome, that's when he threw that bomb to Tyreek.
I love it.
Yep.
I love going and watching that play. Then when you watch it, go and watch on YouTube and turn your volume up so you can hear the crowd. Because once he hits that, it was like, oh. And then when that ball's still in the air, like, oh. Yeah. And it's their fans
That's so cool. Cause dude, imagine being sitting there and just like,
in real life.
that's crazy.
And those players are looking back like, that son of a bitch just threw
Is
it
that
down
still
the-
going?
'Cause they all stopped running.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you'd think that's a pick. I mean, he hit him in stride.
He had to kind of check him.
Well, I mean, a little bit, but it's Tyreek. Of course, you're gonna have to make him slow down a little bit to catch it.
Patrick Mahomes will overthrow Tyreek if he wants to.
Dude, that's insane.
Um,
I think that's it.
I like to see him throw a bomb in Detroit.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely cool with that. No, what I want to see, the only thing I want to see from Mahomes is rolling left 70 yards for a touchdown. Rolling one way or the other, just to show that he's the man.
I will say this. I was watching was it Jason Kidd or Jason Williams, the basketball player who did all the insane passes, no-look passes in basketball off his back of his elbow? Did you see the little skit when he's talking about Mahomes, and then Mahomes breaks down his no-look and where it started back at Tech and how it's evolved? There was a little 6 or 7 minute video. You can Google it, Jason Williams no-look pass or how no-look pass. And it's got Jason Williams talking about it, talking about how good Mahomes is with it. Then Mahomes talks about it, how it evolved and started at Texas Tech with his buddy who was backup quarterback, and how it evolved from there. And somebody said, oh, Jason Kidd. Is it Kidd or Williams? Jason Williams. I think it's Jason Williams said, next I want to see somebody do behind their back, a no-look behind their back. And he goes, if somebody can do it, it'll be Patrick Mahomes. Well, Patrick Mahomes said, well, as a matter of fact. So I was practicing it. He goes, I've done it in practice a few times. He said, but I missed one time and Reed vetoed it.
Really?
On my, I won't say I won't go that way. I put a lot of money on the fact that some point in Mahomes' career, he throws a no-look behind his back to a running back and hits it for a touchdown.
Dude, why would you not make that a play call? Have like 2 screens available, like how we have Kelsey slip out on some of our running back screens and like catch them off guard. Have that to where like run one to Kelsey earlier in the game and run it again where you're looking Kelsey and he's looking at Kelsey and then he does it to the running back.
There's lots of shit.
Completely draw it.
You could develop shit off of it. And
Dude, yeah.
it ain't that hard to hit. But,
No, I mean he could do it.
Yeah.
You can go out there and practice for an hour. You can hit it pretty consistently.
Mahomes talked about it. He's like, you just got to know that where the defense is, make sure nobody's over there. But then you do something like he did in week 1 and you float it and you look like a fucking hot dog.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, Mahomes was saying how Kelsey, originally his route was supposed to go deeper, but then he cut it because he was so open.
Well, yeah.
Mahomes just didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's his fault, but
Yeah.
he's just trying to show some balls.
Dude, the dog, if I could do it, I would do it.
Dude, I'm so cool with him missing 5 touchdowns a year trying to do that. If he can make a 2 or 3 amazing ass no looks for touchdowns, as long as they don't cost us something.
He's got me backing out of the driveway like.
I try and do so much no look stuff and like not even to like show up for anybody in my head. I'm just thinking Mahomes.
Well, man, when I was little, at Arrowhead, like whenever we were on the playground playing football, I think what made me a really good runner was like at Arrowhead, I would practice going in and out of people, but I'd use my peripheral vision. So like I can even when I'm driving through a parking lot, I'll look, but then I kind of look down and use my peripheral and kind of see everything around. And if you have that and you can use it like Patrick has, there's a lot of shit he can do, man.
Yeah. Anytime you can really take advantage of being able to see your whole field of view, like being able to have that creative peripheral vision, then you can have a lot of success as a quarterback.
Well, and it's not showboating when you're using it to move a safety
Right.
to open it.
Right.
I mean, it's game. There's
Right. And And who knows? Maybe that's why Kelsey was so open. Maybe that's why he cut his route short, because he was so open because of Mahomes drawing the safety.
Yeah, well, and Kelsey does say, I need to run to the open. I need to run,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But
I mean, it's a simple miscommunication. It could have happened even if he was looking. If Kelsey was supposed to bend it more outside, like towards the back of the end zone, or if he was just supposed to just cut and get to the open, even if he was looking and he makes a different cut than what Mahomes is going to think, it could still have ended up the same way.
yeah, I don't want the kid to change.
No, yeah, I want him to go out and do exactly what he wants to do at that moment, whatever it is. If he wants to sit in the back, take a sack, and then as he's going down on the ground, chuck up a prayer, I'll let him do it.
Yeah. I'll let him move in and take your room.
I'd let him too. I'd sleep on the floor, and as he wakes up, like praise the ground he walks on.
What's the score of the game going to be?
44-13.
Ooh, 44-13. I was going to go 42. 42. 42. 20.
20? You think we'll let the Lions put up 20? We shut Lamar Jackson out for the Lions till the end of the game. They could put up more points if we do the same thing we did last
that's
week.
2 touchdowns and 2 field goals. Is it 17, 14, 16?
I think they put up
right.
1 touchdown and a couple field goals. I think they just did get too discouraged. I think we come out too quick. I think he does it again, what he did against in week 2 in the second quarter, and then I think comes out balling again after halftime, and then he ends the game off strong.
You said 44?
Yeah.
I said 42. Actually, probably more 40, 45.
Yeah, I don't know what it'll end up coming out like 7 times.
In all honesty, it's probably going to be 36-17.
I think it'll be 44. I think we get 6 touchdowns and a safety.
In a safety?
And a safety.
You call that a safety?
I'm calling out a safety.
Derek Thomas style? Dude.
Yep.
All right, well, maybe we'll try to sneak another podcast out before the game comes out. If not, we'll, what time is your football game Sunday?
I have 2 weeks off.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, we'll do a podcast after the game.
I'm cool with that.
All right, well, like and leave a comment. Let us know what's up with what's up. That it?
That's it.
All right, peace out.